If you guys are just starting out on Legend of Mushroom, or you've been playing it for a little bit of time, I'm going to give you 5 insane tips and tricks that you should be using and should have used at the start of your account to maximize the amount of efficiency and power gains in Legend of Mushroom. So let's get into this rodeo. Hello everyone, yes, smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy, and we're here on Legend of Mushroom, and I am an official content creator, and just remember, if you want to spend in game and you want a little bit extra, I have that nasty 5% bonus on your purchases with my special code with Actoid, right? So, simply, we're going to be going into 5 tips and tricks today, and the first one is easily the one that I see most players, especially the freeze players and low spenders, make the most. And that is to do with your gacha machine, right? Your gacha skill and pal machine in the early game. So the way this whole process works, if you've never checked it out before, there's a leveling system, right? So the more you pull in this mode, you're going to start to unlock obviously the newer rarities and the better skills in the entire game, right? And a lot of people spend their gems in here, and I'm going to tell you guys, please don't do that. Don't waste your gems, especially in the very early game in this area, unless you're a super big spender and you've obviously got the ability to do it. That's a little bit different. And the reason why you don't want to waste any of your gems is all because of one feature you're going to unlock later on down the line called your mount. And your mount here is one of the biggest and best ways you can honestly get a bunch of power and actually push through content. And the way you can actually get this leveled up really easily is waiting for the actual Mount Rush event, because what you're going to be able to do in the early game, and I'm telling you, even free-to-play players are able to do this if you are very dedicated for it, you should save around 105,000 gems. Emotional damage. I know it sounds crazy, but if you do that, you're gonna be able to go into your little events area, and when we've got the Mount Rush instead of this Relic Rush event, you're gonna be able to claim every round. So that's all 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds of rewards, and that is going to be a massive help for you, because you're going to be obviously powering up your nasty mount so you can do some nasty damage, but on top of that, the reward you're getting is going to boost up your artifact, and this is a very important part of the game as well, because this is obviously extra stats and extra damage that you're going to be able to deal by upgrading it. So that is the first major tip. Please use that and don't fall for the early game trap of wasting your gems unnecessarily. The next tip and trick that you should be abusing is evolving the parking walls area. So what you're able to do, as you know, if you unlock this area, you're going to get gold coins or park coins, just another currency for this little area. But what we're going to do and how we're going to abuse and make this tip and trick here is all about the super miner. So if you go into just your weekly, you can see you get to buy 3 of these a week, so you don't want to waste them. And it costs us 25,000 park coins. So if we buy one of these, what happens is pretty simple. As soon as we've bought it, it's going to be on a 1-hour timer. So you don't have to rush that thing straight away, but more importantly is a 50 out of 50 obviously blockade. And the way that you can abuse this and the tip and trick here is pretty simple. If you look, I have 18 different types of, mines, and these mines here is going to take 1 away every time I break through one of these blocks, right? So each time I'm breaking through any of the rewards, it's gonna go down. But what you're able to do is get an effect like this drill. And by getting a drill, what you're able to do is pretty simple. You can actually double up or triple up, 5 times up, 10x up. And this is including the bomb 2 on this reward. So you'll see now I'm at 48. I'm going to use the drill to break 2. So this in theory would go down to 46, but you'll notice this will only stay by -1, right? So that's a really big tip, because at certain times you might get surrounded by a load, and I mean a load of just basic types of rewards, and just using a dynamite to get all of them is going to maximize the amount of value you've actually gained, plus only using 1 on your super miner. So that's a very good tip and trick, because it's going to allow you to get those rocks as you need to go to your tech park and obviously upgrade your tech trees. So let's go into the next tip and trick. The third tip and trick for this video, and a really good one for the free-to-play players and low spenders, is the lucky spinner. So if you're ever trying to unlock one of these rewards, so if it's going to be a mount, a wings, a artifact, cosmetic, you name it, right? Whatever you're going to be using for your lucky spins, what you're able to do, as you can see, I'm on 40 at the moment. And what you can do is a very good trick. If you go to the Celebration Commission and complete all of these different tasks, right? All of them, and you get all 42 coins, what you're able to do is pretty simple. Save them. Nice and easy, right? Nice and easy trick. These actually carry over on your account. They do not disappear between lucky spins. So what this means is you could run, you know, the first 3, 4, 5, maybe lucky spins that you wanted, obviously not getting the, you know, rewards that you don't need, and then by stockpiling all of those coins, maybe when it comes around to your bowl here and you want to unlock this bowl, if you're like a warrior class based, you know, shroom, you're going to be able to unlock it, which is really good. But I will admit, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it is going to take a little bit of time, obviously, for this to work. So just remember that. Just prepare and just keep doing it and be patient. And I promise you, you will always be able to save up these coins. And it's up to you if you want to save all the way up to the 500, or if you want to go to like 300 or 400. It's all up to you on your, you know, account. So really good tip and trick there with the lucky spinner. So let's go into the fourth trick of this video. This trick is going to help you basically stop wasting gear. So everyone knows when you hit in that lamp, you obviously are rolling different stats. And you might be playing like a Arrow God cast like I am. And if you get onto, you know, your boots here, we've got crit rate and Counter-Strike. And to be honest, these two stats are not the stats we need realistically as a, you know, main, you know, combo dealer when it comes to Arrow God gameplay, right? So what we're able to do instead is abuse this trick, right? And this is one trick everyone should be using already. And if you're not using this, you are honestly putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. And this is all about gear sets. So if we go into here, we can go and see this is our battle plans, right? And I'll make a whole video on this. But gear plan is where the trick lies. So what you're able to do, you can see at certain levels, you're going to start unlocking new sets. So here I've unlocked set 3 too. But what we're going to do is click on set 2. And what you're able to do is switch plans. And by switching plans, what you've done is swap that gear from the one you've just been using. And by doing that, all you got to do is hit this button now, and you can see, look, this is now Counter-Strike gear with regeneration, while this is Counter-Strike with crit rate. So this is the god roll that we need for our boots. Boom, nice, great upgrade. We don't need these. We can sell them, and then beautifully just go back into that menu, hit onto your main gear, and switch back to the plans. And if you look, everything is back to normal. We've got all our combo gear is all back on, right? So we're able to do that maximum damage with an Arrow God class. So please use this. You don't want to be wasting any of your gear. And now, as you can imagine, for me, unlocking my set 3, I'm able to make 3 different sets, meaning in reality, I can have a set for an Arrow God player, I can have a set for like a warrior, like a warmonger, and I could set up for a mage, depending on which mage I want to play. So no matter what, you should be able to gear to any class, and then in the future, reset to those classes, and always have some gear to go off with instead of being absolutely piss poor level, right, when it comes to our power. So let's go into the final tip, and this tip's going to help you guys hopefully clear any of the bosses in the game that you are struggling against when it comes to Legend of Mushroom. So this tip is all about the skills and power combos we can actually put together to help us defeat certain bosses. Because even if you're like an Arrow God class like myself, you're gonna struggle against certain bosses because we're not as tanky as the warmongers, right? And those warmongers can take damage forever and just basically kill the bosses too. So it's kind of unfair advantage, right? But we can negate that, right? The way you can do this is pretty simple, right? We need to either stop taking damage or heal damage. And that's one major thing that a lot of players don't distinguish in PvE content. So right now you can see I'm running this very obviously late game setup on my skills, and you're probably wondering, I don't have any of those skills, Sneaky, what are you doing, right? But what you're able to do for a very long time is run this combo with your double healing on your, you know, shroom. This is going to give you all the healing and survivability for it. But where this tip and trick starts to shine is pretty simple. The 3 different skill effects that affect stats. These are how you actually win against certain bosses. So what I'm going to do is showcase how that works, because right now we've got the normal sets on, we've got all the normal skills on that we normally would run, and you'll see when we get to this boss stage how fast, for example, this boss will come to us and how much damage it's gonna deal to us, right? So you can see this is obviously something we're not too fond of, right? But what you're able to do is go into your skills and you can apply some nasty combinations. So if you are going against like the diver you just saw, or the crocodile, or even the slime boss, these are bosses that are really annoying, do a ton of damage and just get to you really fast. There's one skill and one power you can combo together, and this will help you honestly kill them. And this is pretty much the Duran Bomb in your like lineup, as well as the big boy snail, right? The snail here is gonna allow you to basically slow down that boss. So if I go and hit the challenge button again, you're just gonna see the slow difference, right? You're gonna see how long it's gonna take that boss to reach me now. And this is a very good tactic for a lot of players, because if you are struggling to, survive against a boss, but you could kill it, why not just delay it? Just stop it from reaching you, and that might give you that little bit of extra time to kill the boss, right? If you're not good against any of these type of bosses, there is the other skill issue. And this is why I kind of wanted to make it all in one tip and trick here. So if you're going against stuff like the dragons, right, or the ranged base bosses that don't really need to move that much, you just get into this and just start firing on you, right? What you can do is pretty simple. You can do either one of your take it slows, which is going to reduce the attack speed of that, boss, as well as the easy breezy. That's reducing the actual damage now of the boss on top of it. So the boss is attacking slower and it's hitting you, with less damage. Now you go into your pals here and you can put on the Divine Deer. And this is kind of what I always run anyway. This is going to do damage resistance, which is really good. So your hits, obviously, from the bosses don't hurt as much. And then you can combo it with the Snow General or the Snow Sprite. This is going to reduce the enemy's attack speed by another certain percentage. Right now, mine's 15%. Obviously, you can go down to 12% depending on what rarity you have at your disposal. But by doing that and stacking these crowd control effects onto your boss, I promise you, you will be able to kill the bosses in this game, because that's what I was doing from the longest of times in here, right? But now we're in this late phase where we get to, or have to, use some of the more powerful combos in the game, right? With Clone Strike, Blade Pierce, and Smoke Bomb. But I hope that those tips and tricks help you out, right? Because now you should have a good idea of not wasting anything, how you can get some extra stuff in the tech tree, how you're not obviously wasting gear and putting that gear to use on your other units, and just PvE content there to help you get through bosses. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to get more videos from me, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and just share this about, and put a nice comment below on what you think could be added in, right? Show your tips and tricks in the comments below and help the community out, and we can grow together as one big mushroom family. So with all that said, guys, stay safe, stay sneaky, peace out.